Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat and today it is now time for the Money in the Bank watch party predictions. But first we have some other things to do. I need to remind you all that Reward Mania ends in 5 hours and you can use all 99 tickets here and it will give you a chance at getting this wonderful cane. Speaking of that wonderful cane, if we go over here into the collections, I have collected 107 of the cane things and I will be using it to get a guaranteed cane, but I am going for a pro, so I might wait until I have 200 to get the 2 of those. I still have 4 days and 21 hours left. Also, under offers, there is a free gift in the store, so make sure you collect that. Let's claim that right now. We get 2 cane tokens and a WrestleMania 39 Drew McIntyre, which is very, very nice to see. We're also going to try the cane Tomb Smasher because that is free, so let's get that underway as well. It is nice and simple. So first of all, the ones with the green around them are guaranteed and free. There's no chance of getting any of the evil hands there. So we're going to take those. The ones that have the red around them have a chance, so we're going to keep going, of being the hand. Remember, you need 2 hands to lose, so let's go over here. Right, that is 1. So we're not going to step up in anymore, we're just going to claim and exit. Take our rewards. Oh, yes! And we got a Liv Morgan. And we got a single cane token. Yeah, that's all we wanted. That is still another 3 cane tokens, which brings up to 110. So now I only need 90 to get myself the pro. And we're also still in the middle of War Games, of course. And I don't think there's anything else we need to do here or here. So let's go into the Money in the Bank watch party. And hello everyone, welcome. Everyone say hello to YouTube. It's now time for the predictions. So let us run through the card. First of all, so on the official website, we have 7 matches that are guaranteed, and they're in a weird order, and I think these are maybe in the wrong order. So they've got number 1 as the Money in the Bank men's ladder match. Number 2 is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Number 3 is the single match, Cody versus Dominic. Number 4 is the heavyweight championship, Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Number 5 is the Bloodline versus the Usos. Number 6 is the women's tag team championship. And then 7 for the main event is going to be Gunther versus Matt Riddle. I suspect that is not the correct order. I think Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor is probably going to main event. And possibly the Money in the Bank might be the show opener. I could certainly see that. Possibly the Bloodline feud, Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus the Usos could possibly main event as well. But I just really don't see the Intercontinental Championship happening with Gunther and Matt Riddle being on last. So let's discuss the matches and discuss who we think is going to win. So the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, we have Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, Santos Escobar, Butch, Damian Priest, Logan Paul. Well, if Logan Paul won, he could take it on to Impulsive. He could get a lot of show and media around the Money in the Bank briefcase. It could do a lot of wonders for WWE. It could get a lot more eyes on the product. However, the true winner, the one that I think is absolutely going to win, say it with me now, folks, it is going to be L.A. Knight. Yeah! And everyone give me a yeah in the comment section, and I will give it a heart, and I shall also reply with yeah. So, I think L.A. Knight is absolutely winning the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. It is the thing that makes most sense. Logan Paul would make sense in terms of a financial version, but I think LA Knight, currently as a heel, not quite the face yet, would be the best option. He's the most over guy, and I think that would get the biggest pop, and I think he could do the most with the Money in the Bank as well. So that's my lock-in. LA Knight, guaranteed. If it's not going to be LA Knight, it's going to be Logan Paul. It's sure as hell isn't going to be Ricochet, it's not going to be Nakamura, it's not going to be Santos Escobar, it's not going to be Butch, and it's not going to be Damian Priest. Damian Priest is maybe your dark horse for that, but that would be strange. And the only reason that Damian Priest would win is if Finn Balor wins the championship, and it puts tension between them. And I don't think now is the right time to go breaking up the Judgment Day anyway. So, yeah, I think it's going to be definitely Logan Paul or LA Knight. And my bets are on LA Knight. Yeah! Next up, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Zelina Vega. Ugh. Zoe Stark. Oh, God. Io Sky. Maybe. Bailey. Becky Lynch. Or Trish Stratus. Now, this is a little bit difficult to decide which one, but I think it's going to be Trish Stratus that's going to win the Money in the Bank ladder match. I can also see Trish Stratus successfully cashing in the Money in the Bank, becoming the new women's champion. I don't think she's going to do it against Rhea Ripley. I think she's more likely to do it against Asuka. And I think the main event of SummerSlam is going to be Trish Stratus versus Lita for the women's championship. I think that is the storyline that's going to happen. If it isn't Trish Stratus, I could also see it being Becky Lynch, because Becky Lynch is the most likely to happen. But the thing is, the Money in the Bank briefcase really tends to go to heels rather than faces, and Becky Lynch is like the main face at the moment. So then, is it Bailey or is it Io Sky? And there's the option there. Does Bailey turn her back on Io Sky and turn her back on Damage Control and just take the briefcase for herself, putting more tension between them? Or does Bailey actually help Io Sky win the Money in the Bank, showing that she is a team player and that Io Sky is the future of the women's division? That's the storyline that could happen there. But I think the bigger storyline is going to be Trish Stratus. And I think Zoe Stark is probably going to help Trish. I also could see potential other people joining the Thank You Trish faction rather than just being two people, and like it is in the moment. So that's also a possibility. But I don't know. I see Trish Stratus winning this. Couldn't say for certain. Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio is our third match, and well, what do you want to talk about? Cody Rhodes is absolutely beating Dominic Mysterio. Like hell is Dominic Mysterio going to beat Cody Rhodes when Cody Rhodes is on this redemption arc to try and scratch and crawl his way back to WrestleMania to fight Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania 40, which seems to be where we're going with this. So Cody Rhodes is not losing to, for all intents and purposes, and with all due respect, Dominic Mysterio, a mid-carder. Dominic Mysterio is not world champion material, not yet. Even with Rhea Ripley by Dominic Mysterio's side, I think Cody's winning. I think this is just going to be a feel-good match. It could very well even be the show opener. It could even be the cool-down match. But Cody's winning. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Now, what a tangled web we weave. Because if you had asked me a month ago, I'd have said Seth Rollins absolutely beats Finn Balor. Now it looks like Finn Balor could maybe be the guy to beat Seth Rollins. Which, I don't know if that's a good idea, because Seth Rollins has barely been champion for a month. And that's a really short run. But he looks dominant. And that one's up in the air. I would say the intelligent move would be to keep the belt on Seth Rollins, keep him as champion, keep him looking strong, at least for a while. Maybe lose the belt at SummerSlam. But Finn Balor has been booked like he looks like he's going to win, which is concerning. So that one's up in the air, guys. My bet is on Seth Rollins. It's up to you. That one's coin toss. Could literally be Finn Balor. If it's Finn Balor, I'd be very cool with it. I think, especially being in the UK and in London, with Finn Balor being from Ireland, I think he would have a huge pop. I think there would be a large crowd behind him. But I don't know if it's the right time. I mean, Rhea is the women's champion. If Finn becomes champion, then would you maybe start looking for Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio to become tag team champions and just have the entire Judgment Day all with titles in the same manner is what the same manner that Evolution and such have had, or Degeneration X in the past and such. But is it the best time for Finn Balor to be champion? I mean, the belt is just being created; it's brand new. Do we want to establish the belt by having a long title reign with Seth Rollins? I mean, we don't want to hot potato this belt, so. But I mean, the story makes sense, Finn Balor beat Seth Rollins for the first ever Universal Championship, but he did so dislocating his shoulder and had to immediately give up the belt. And then Kevin Owens beat Seth Rollins for the Universal title. Is this the redemption arc where Seth Rollins finally beats Finn Balor for the championship? Even though Seth Rollins already did in the semi-finals for the World Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship tournament. What story are they trying to tell here? I also know that there are creative disputes between Triple H and Vince McMahon, so that could lead into anything. I mean, we might see just absolute madness on this pay-per-view, so who knows really, but my bet is on Seth Rollins. Bloodline versus the Usos. Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus Jimmy and Jey Uso. It would make sense for Roman Reigns to look strong and to defeat the Usos, but it would look like justice if Jimmy and Jey Uso defeat Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. I think if the Usos win, they pin Solo Sikoa, they don't pin Roman Reigns, and then maybe Roman Reigns is a bit annoyed by that, the storyline continues, maybe I backed the wrong horse, maybe Solo isn't as good as, his brothers Jimmy and Jey. Or do Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa absolutely destroy the Usos? Does Jey turn on Jimmy? And the whole thing has been a long con, in that Jey is actually still the right-hand man of Roman Reigns. Does Solo Sikoa turn on Roman Reigns and side with his brothers? I couldn't tell you. I'm purely guessing on this one. I think for the Usos to regain credibility, the Usos have to beat Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, and I think the Usos take on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at SummerSlam for the tag titles in a rematch of WrestleMania. But now you have the face Jimmy and Jey Uso as opposed to the heel Bloodline against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn retain, but I think that is where the storyline goes. I don't think Roman Reigns really needs to be in a tag team with Solo Sikoa. I think, I personally would like to see Roman Reigns more as a solo, bit of a pun there, but more of a solo act in actually defending his freaking title rather than being in these tag team matches. But that's what I think should be happening. Are the Bloodline going to get together? I don't think so. I think the Bloodline's fractured. I think that's it done. And I think the Usos are now a separate entity from Roman Reigns, and the Usos can now go after the tag team division once again. I think they should also consider either unifying the belts permanently, so there's just one tag team championship, or they should split the Raw and SmackDown tag team championships up again so that there can be two champions. I think one of those two things really needs to happen at some point down the line. So, who would I put my money on? Would I put my money on the Bloodline, or would I put my money on the Usos? My mind says Roman Reigns, keep him looking strong. Keep Solo Sikoa looking strong. But my heart says the storyline says that Usos should get the victory over Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. And I think what happens is Roman Reigns is on the outside for whatever reason, you know, like they've hit him with a truck or something, and Jimmy and Jey Uso do the double super kick, they do the double Uso splash, they do the 1D, and then the two of them together defeat Solo Squad. I think that's what the end of the match is. Next up, the Women's Tag Team Championship match. What an easy match to book here. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Absolutely Ronda and Shayna every day of the week. I think they're going to hold the belts for a long time. I think they're going to be dominant. I think they're going to get a double submission the same way that they won their last tag match, where, you know, Shayna has the Kahira clutch in, Ronda has her armbar, and Liv and Raquel are going to both tap at the same time. Even though like only one of them is going to be legal, I think Ronda and Shayna are just going to be put in there and put in as dominant. Gunther versus Matt Riddle. This is not Gunther's time to lose the belt. I think Gunther has to lose the belt at a big pay-per-view. All due respect to London and Money in the Bank, this is not SummerSlam, and this is not WrestleMania. I think where Gunther loses the belt has to be a big attraction. You know, it's going to be like, this guy has been, I mean, he's on road to beat the Honk Tonk Man's title reign, and I think now is the time to do it. You know, I mean, the thing is with Gunther, he is such a dominant champion, and I think we keep the belt on Gunther. I think what might happen is we might. I've heard there's going to be a surprise return. WWE has kind of leaked that. Is the return going to be the return of Drew McIntyre? Drew McIntyre, who is Scottish, coming back in the UK pay-per-view down in England and London in Money in the Bank. Would that be Drew McIntyre's time to return? Or is Drew McIntyre sick and tired of creative, as he has led us to believe? And is indeed the return going to be Randy Orton, who is apparently recovered from his back injury? He's recovered from surgery, and he is supposedly ready to go. And does Randy Orton return? And perhaps after the match of Gunther versus Matt Riddle, perhaps Imperium continue to attack Matt Riddle after the match, you know, for whatever reason, you know, Matt Riddle was being disrespectful or whatever, and then Randy Orton comes down to the ring, and that sets up Gunther versus Randy Orton for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam, because SummerSlam has to have huge, big matches, huge, big main event matches, because SummerSlam is supposed to be second only to WrestleMania, and a lot of people think that Royal Rumble is, you know, really the true secondary match to WrestleMania, because Royal Rumble has such high consequences that the winner goes through to WrestleMania and such. Also, I mean, I just really love Royal Rumbles. That's my personal opinion, but I think Gunther beats Matt Riddle. So let's lock these in. So we're seeing LA Knight. Yeah, give me a yeah in the comment section. Possibly only Logan Paul would come next to that. So let's get everyone. Joe Gacy, Bronson Reed, Shawn Michaels. Nope, none of these people have matches. Cody Rhodes absolutely winning. Yep. So is Seth Rollins. I would be surprised if Finn Balor won, but my money is on Cody Rhodes beating Dominic Mysterio and Seth Rollins beating Finn Balor. Who else do we have? Tiffany's not there. Montez Ford. Nope. Karrion Kross. Nope. Robocop, of course. No. Asuka doesn't even have a match. Trish could win the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. That is true. I think I'm going to put my lock in for Trish here, because I'm looking for what is going to get me the most points. So I'm going to take a gamble on Trish. None of these people have matches. Well, there's LA Knight. I'm locking him in. I'm surprised that I don't have a Roman Reigns or a Solo Sikoa or a Jimmy or Jey Uso that is anywhere up here. It does surprise me a little bit. There's another Robocop. Bailey? No. I've already locked in Trish, so all I'd be doing is hedging my bets. This is not looking particularly fantastic for me, if I'm honest. There's a Solo Sikoa. Finally. There's a Logan Paul. Gunther. I think Gunther's going to win. It's unfortunately low. It is way lower down. It's only 2,400 as opposed to 3,400. Let's look back through here. So many of these people don't even have a match at Money in the Bank. Yeah, Austin Theory doesn't even have his... Like, he's not defending the US title. No, There's just Shayna Baszler. Is this really my best option? Shayna? I mean, it is 3,250. If I had a better Ronda, yeah, I would maybe go for that. Do you have anyone better than... Let's just look at females. Asuka isn't fighting, nor Charlotte, nor is Rhea. No Lita, no Valhalla, no Michin, no Bianca. Bailey and Zelina Vega are both in the Women's Money in the Bank, but I think Trish is winning that. Bianca, Lita, Carmella, Maurice, Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose isn't even with company anymore. Then we're down to Alexa Bliss, and then we're down to lower. There's Ronda Rousey at 2,240. No prediction was selected, yep. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to lock in. I think if you maybe have some better cards, that would be maybe better. I wouldn't mind having a pro LA Knight. I think that would be mildly better. I really think that Trish is going to win the Women's Money in the Bank. Cody's definitely been Dominic Mysterio. There's no point in even putting Dominic in there. It would be such an upset victory. It would be out of the park. It would be, crazy. That would have to be a Vince McMahon decision. I think Seth Rollins is going to beat Finn Balor. A lot of people think Finn Balor is going to win the title. I personally see the belt staying in Seth Rollins. Bloodline, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa versus the Usos could go either way, and unfortunately don't have any big cards for any of those four wrestlers, so I would put my money on Jimmy and Uso. Ronda and Shayna are absolutely going to beat Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, so Shayna is a nice easy pick, and I can definitely 100% see Gunther beating Matt Riddle. I think maybe at best Matt Riddle wins by disqualification but doesn't get the belt, and that sets up Randy versus Gunther. That's the only other possible explanation I could see. It's also really weird that that Wikipedia has Gunther versus Matt Riddle on last, and if that is the last match, then I think we absolutely could see Randy Orton return if that is the main event. And I think it would have to be something big that would have to happen between Gunther and Matt Riddle for that to be the main event. I think it would also surprise people if that was the main event, but I think it's more likely that Seth Rollins and Finn Balor are going to be the main event, or Roman Reigns and the Usos are going to be the main event. But that is it for my prediction video. I really hope that you guys all enjoyed. If you watched all the way to the end, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. And of course, give me a yeah in the comment section below, and I will reply with another yeah for LA Knight. But But that is going to be it for this video, folks. I really hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so you can see when more of these little videos go up. And we will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.